Welcome to Northwest. My name is Becky Emmel and I'm a child life specialist. We're going to take a tour throughout the hospital to see what CMN has been doing thanks to donors just like you. So we're here in our storage room. Shh, don't tell the patients. This is the best kept secret of the hospital. This is where we're going to keep a lot of our great items that CMN donates to us. What's behind me is our education. Kids have a very different need when coming into the hospital. We have to be able to explain things that they may not understand, and us being able to just talk one-on-one is a little bit hard. So we take books, toys, and other activities to make healthcare and the things that we're doing, such as procedures and maybe a new diagnosis, and kind of put it in words that they can understand in their development. So as you'll see, there's books behind me. We've got stuffed animals. For example, this row right here, we've got all of our oncology things. Kids that are diagnosed with cancer, they're going to be here for a long period of time. And so we want to be able to support not only them, their siblings, and the parents through different educational materials. Then you're going to notice that we've got all sorts of things for asthma, a very common diagnosis that we have here in the hospital, as well as for those patients that have been here maybe in a trauma. They may have some different needs. They may kind of go through different bouts with depression, just trying to understand and be able to process what has happened. And we can use books. And for example, this Digging Deep is a way for kids to be able to journal when you don't want to have just empty pages and trying to fill them out. This is a great way. It has lots of great activities. We sometimes forget that when we're doing healthcare, we take care of both the physical needs, but we also take care of that emotional and the psychosocial needs. So things like this behind me are going to be extremely helpful to our patients, and this is a part of their healing. All right, so we're still here in the storage room, and now we've got lots of games and toys and other fun stuff. When we're here, we need to have things to do. We can get bored in the hospital. So to keep these kids busy, we've got crafts over here on our right, and that is going to be able to kind of feed into that inner craftiness that we've got with paints and other items. And then for all those boys out there, we got to have the Legos. Thanks to CMN, we've got endless amounts of Legos just right behind me. We're going to constantly keep those in. Boys love them. Don't worry, we haven't left out the girls yet. We've got girl Legos too. We've got lots of different things that we can do to make any day special, whether it be from Doc McStuffin, My Little Ponies, craft things, or maybe it's just that they were extra brave in a procedure. We're able to come in here, be able to get something and bring it out to them. So it's those little things that make a difference. And thanks to you as donors with CMN, you're making a difference in these kids' lives through toys just like this. So we're here in my office, the playroom, best place in the house. Kids, they get treatment here, they're being taken care of, but there's also that part of just being a kid. And so we want them to be able to come to the playroom, have fun, and just do what they do best, which is play. We know that when kids are getting better, that they have more of a drive to want to play, and so all these toys are great ways to be able to do that. If they can't come to the playroom, we're able to take any of the toys that you see behind me into the patient's room and be able to play at their bedside. You're going to see here in just a bit one of our kids playing one of our game stations. It's a great way to kind of get that game on and challenge one of your family members who's come to visit. There's a great thing starting with CMN Northwest and Texas Tech, and that is to be able to build a freestanding clinic for our kids to be able to go and receive specialty care. Oftentimes, our kids are going to leave the hospital with special needs and need to follow up with other physicians that may not be here, or we would have to send them off for additional care. We want them to stay here locally. With different donations, we're able to work on recruiting physicians to be able to open up a freestanding clinic that is going to have all of our different specialties for kids. What better place than to get your care right here in Amarillo where you're treated. All right, so we're in a patient's room, and as we said, we like to have fun around here. So this is one way that CMN is having fun with our kids, and in the process, we're healing them. Yeah, do you know where C is? Because I don't even know where C is.
I don't know where C is.
There you go. Now you'll be able to go down the slide. Woo!
No!
So what you're looking at is one of our worry eaters. Sometimes when kids come to the hospital, they can come with extra worries. Maybe it's about an upcoming procedure, a new diagnosis. Maybe they were involved in a trauma and there's a lot of worry with that. CMN is helping to donate worry eaters so that we can talk about our feelings, we can write them down, stick them right in, and zip it up. That way, the worries are less on them and more on our worry eater. But you're also helping in many other ways. As a donor, you're taking the worries from parents. Oftentimes, families are going to leave a hospital with lots of medical bills, and we want to take that worry away. Thanks to donors such as you, you're helping each family with everything from prescriptions to medical bills, doctor visits, co-pays. You're going to help take that worry out through your donation. So to all of you out there, thank you. So we're here talking about our beads of courage and taking care of our oncology patients. We do take care of a very large population of oncology patients, and they have a little bit different needs than our patients that are going to come in and out. One of the things that we do is we have a program called Beads of Courage, which is supported by Children's Miracle Network. And it offers families and the child to be able to journal their treatment through beads. And to kind of give you an idea, I want to show you, these beads are from Kyler, and they have, you'll notice there's lots of different colors. And this is a great way to be able to show visitors, other family members that may not be here, kind of what cancer looks like through beads. And we can see with Kyler that he has gotten several pokes. Our poke beads are black. The days he's gotten chemo are white. When he had radiation, he's got glow-in-the-dark beads, which are kind of fun. His days that he gets therapy, these rainbow beads. So each bead has a little bit different meaning to it. When we get a blood transfusion, they're gonna get a red bead. This really is a great way later on, when they have finished with treatment, really to see how far they've come and everything they've endured. We have taken one of our leukemia patients that we had when he finished treatment. We wanted to measure it out and see how many beads he had gotten. It was over 17 feet long. So that just shows you just a little bit of what some of these kids go through. And the beads are showing him how his journey was when he was young, but he's gonna be able to take with him and show his family and his future wife of everything he did as a child. For parents, it really shows that courage that their child has endured and what their family has gone through. So these beads are not only beads of courage, but an act of healing. One of the additional things outside of the Beads of Courage program that we've got is Gabe the chemo duck. He's a fun guy. When we're going and teaching kids about their treatment, one of the first things that they're gonna have done is a port. And Gabe has a port here, and he's able to show other little kids what that port's gonna look like. He comes with educational materials. He's also gonna be able to talk about losing his hair. And so this is just a fun way for young kids to be able to feel like maybe there was somebody else that's gone through it. And it's also a cool way for them to be able to see on television what it is their treatment's gonna look like. So Gabe's a great guy that shows us what cancer looks like through the eyes of a child. And we're able to get that through our donations with CMN as well. We're here in our NICU, and let me introduce you to Brandy, our charge nurse. She's gonna talk to you about our NICU cameras.
This is one of our patients, Miss Aaliyah here. She was transported out from Guyman, and these NICU cameras that were donated with the monies through the Children's Miracle Network have allowed us to allow families to bond when they're not able to be here physically. Parents, grandmothers, cousins, siblings that aren't old enough to come in, they're able to, through this camera, view them over the internet. iPhones, any kind of cell phone, anything internet derived, they're able to see these babies through a secured password and code word. Anybody that has these things are able to see these babies as they grow and mature. When they eat, when they sleep, when they're awake, they're just able to be monitored and viewed by their family.
So this is a great way just to kind of keep that family bond and allow families to have that additional support even when they're not able to be here all the time. So thanks for coming on a tour with us. As you've seen, that there's a lot of things that you can play a part in helping children throughout their hospitalization, whether it's here in the hospital, right there in the patient's room, or even out helping with their medical bills. You're helping everybody from our smallest patients to our biggest patients. So thanks again, and continue to donate.